Our next speaker is Godiragetse Mogajane on how to build relationships with stakeholders. I want to read his bio quickly. This guy is so laid back, he's so calm, but the work that they're doing. The first time I heard this guy speak, like, okay, let me be honest. To work a business, yeah, I want diplomats for the plastic and the shade. After he spoke, I was like, yo, these guys are in. When you talk about business, this is business for me and for a lot of. Let me just read his bio quick because like, so, Godi represents the emergence of new business disruptors within South Africa. He has had a dramatic impact on the tutoring industry. So that's the industry that he was in when he first started off. Before Afita Mo Delivery Ka Speed, he was tutoring with over 300 tutors nationwide. And then he started this business, which he will tell us about, Delivery Ka Speed, a food delivery company that was founded in 2021 with the sole purpose of bringing convenience to the township and, most importantly, to alleviate unemployment in the communities. That's why he started this business. So his second business, it operates in over 10 townships, and he's planning to take it worldwide. He's got so many other businesses, and you know what shocked me, and it still does? His age. Only 25. Well, it was 25 when I got the bio. I don't know if he changed it, but he will tell us. He's in the building to speak to us on how to build relationships with stakeholders. I mean, this is a guy who works with staff, Wapatala. He's working with CIPC. He's doing big margins, so he has to deal with SARS as well. How do you maintain those relationships? Let's hear it from the guru. Let's hear it from the expert. Ladies and gentlemen, Kopa, for our speaker, Godiragetse from Speed, Delivery Ka Speed. Come on, guys, let's show him some love.
Cool. Thank you, Brasbu. And I'm actually still 25. Is it afternoon? Good day, everyone. My name is Godiragetse Mogajane. I'm the founder and CEO of Delivery Ka Speed. And when I got the topic, for me it took me back to when I started my journey in business, and that was 2016. Immediately after matric, I went into business, and I started my first business, which was Goodie Tutors. There should be a presentation. Are we still good? Cool. There's the presentation. So before I get to my first business, just again, a short description of my bio. Godiragetse started my first business, Goodie Tutors, at the age of 19. In 2016, Goodie Tutors is now 7 years old. It has tutors all over the country, and we have good partnerships, which I'll share in the presentation. And then I've got bored with books and all of that, and I started Delivery Ka Speed, which is a food delivery business operating in 3 provinces at the moment. And we are now planning to scale it nationwide. I don't know about global, because I heard you saying something about global. I was like, yeah. So nationwide for now, but I like that. So this is me, 2016 to 2019. I met UJ, I'm doing my first year, and then I realized, no man, some of my friends have cars, they have all these things, and I don't have that. I'm from a township in Hammanskraal, and I get here, I'm so eager to grow because you're in the big city, you're in Joburg. This is where things happen. And I then started to use my marks that I got in my matric because I was able to get distinctions in my matric. So I started to tutor students in the community that I was in Joburg. And then I realized that's actually a business because I was making money. I mean, we got to a point where people were coming into my student room to do tutoring when I'm not there because I hired them as tutors and they would tutor clients in my room and I would take a cut from that. And then I realized this is a business and I had to make a big decision. What do? Do I continue operating the way I'm operating, or do I get an office? So being Godi, I got an office. But getting an office meant that I have to leave res, right? So obviously I have to leave res. told my mom as well, and it was that time, yeah, fees must fall. I was like, this is the perfect time to drop out, because if I don't drop out now, I'll tell my mom, hey, but fees are basic. Do you want me to die? So I did that. I dropped out 6 months later, UJ first year. I got an office in Braamfontein, and that office, during the day, it was an office, looked normal, as you can see. There's a logo at the back, and at night, it was my bedroom. I did that for a year and a half, and there's lessons to that which I'll share in this. But for me at the time, it was, I have nothing to lose. I mean, even now, you see, I'm wearing simple clothes. At the time, also, I have nothing to lose. I'm only 19. The worst that could happen is, this flops, I go back home. I'll try again. And I think that's what a lot of young people need to know at the age, especially if you're under 25. What's the worst that could happen? If you give it your all, what's the worst that could happen? You won't go hungry. You have family, you have friends that can always look after you. So while I'm there in Braamfontein, I don't hear these things that I'm saying now. All I wanted to do was to be squeezed in. I had this idea that, business, you get one big contract, then you don't have to work. So what I did was, I proposed to everyone who cared to listen. And this goes to stakeholders. And remember, I'm there in my office in Braamfontein, very, very small business, but I'm proposing to people like Nedbank, Woti, all these big businesses, and I'm saying, guys, look at me, I'm doing tutoring, let's work together. And that's what I had in my mind, that it will all work out, as long as I get one big contract, and it will work. And I did get a contract, a bad one. So there was a video where squeezing in. I was squeezed into a bad contract because I wanted that validation. And I think that's what a lot of us entrepreneurs want. We want to be seen. We want to be validated that you're on the right track. And sometimes we're so desperate that we get victims of people who are, very evil and will take advantage because they see the potential that you have. So I got into this bad deal. They ended up taking 70% of my business, and I'm now stuck with the Goodie Tutors. I'm sleeping at the office. These guys own 70% of my business, and I don't have this big contract that I was promised and all these things. And then I had an awakening. And this is the turning point. And that's why I love environments like these where you get to meet people. And I truly believe that it's with people that you get to change your life direction. I met this amazing lady, and funny, she works at Nedbank. Her name is Seja Kekana. How did I meet her? I'm tutoring her kids. That's all I'm doing because that's what I know how to do very well. And then she asked me about my business. And I told her, this is my business, this is my issue. 70% is gone. I'm with 30%, right? I was squeezed in, barfagil. And she's like, okay, Sharp, I know someone who can help you. I know an investor who can help you because I see the passion that you have. You're really, really good at your tutoring. You have amazing tutors in the provinces that you operate in. And then she introduced me to someone who was able to buy those people out. Now imagine, I'm sleeping at my office. This investor comes and buys all these people out. 1.5 million passing by my nose. I get a lot to say, so. And for me, that was the pain that I got from trying to be squeezed in when you are not ready. You just want to be validated at whatever cost. And for me, the cost was what? 1.5. Yes, now I have my business back, but all this time that I've spent proposing, sending DMs, sending all these things was wasting time. I was supposed to use that time to work on myself, work on my business, so that these people can start coming back to me. And then now I'll show you the turning point. So I met Seja. We met this great investor, invested on our business, and then we just started working. Left everybody else, didn't send emails, didn't send proposals to any B2B partners. We just worked on our business. What's our business? Tutoring, one-on-one, do it the best you can. And then we got our first client. Sorry. Oops. Okay. And then we got our first client, which is one of the best football clubs in the country, Abakosi, Kaizer Chiefs. This was our first client. And I'll tell you the story of how we got this client. So it's COVID, doing tutoring. Kaizer Chiefs have a football club, obviously for young people that are still going to school, but they can't go to school because it's COVID. And if Kaizer Chiefs gets infected, all the players will not play in the league. You remember how bad it was? I mean, there were no people living at the stadiums. So they need an in-house school. And guess who's there? Goodie Tutors. But how did we get this contract? Did we send the proposal? No. We tutored the kids of one of the executives, right? Yeah, you'll say it's connections, it's what. But they saw how good we were with our work. What's our work? Tutoring. Just focus on what you're good at. And these people will come to you because they want to show off with you. They'll take you and say, you know what, we have this company. We have this problem of tutoring. Because we've seen how good you are here, let's take you there. Same with you. The people in Mankweng will see how good you are in Mankweng. And they have connections in Joburg or wherever. They will definitely take you. Because why? They want to take the credit. So focus on where you are. And you will see things, people will start coming to you. So Kaizer Chiefs, our first client, yay. Second client, the campus, it's a student accommodation in Joburg. We had a tutoring program for them. How did we get this contract? I was a tenant there when I went back to Wits. They saw how good we were with our tutoring. They called us and said, hey guys, don't you want to tutor the rest of the students? We said, yeah, let's do it. Did we send a proposal? No. This is also one of the biggest clients, JSC listed property. Company, Growth Point Properties. We tutor all their students all over the country. How did we get this contract? Someone from Kaizer Chiefs is a friend with someone from Growth Point. Did we send a proposal? What did we do? Work. Focus on the work. These people will come to you. And this goes for me on building stakeholder relationships, right? In my case, stakeholders are your B2B clients as well as your investors. If you just focus on the work, they'll come, right? I think we focus a lot on so many other things. You know, I'm pretty sure if you go to your Instagram or your LinkedIn, there are people you've DM'd and saying, I have this proposal, can you look at it, can you look at it? Will they respond? No, because they have time doing so many other things. But if you focus on just your work will speak for itself. What did we learn? And most of these learnings, Delivery Speed is only 2 years old. It's turning 2 in July. All these learnings from Goodie Tutors since 2016 have been brought into Delivery Speed. And that's why Delivery Speed has been able to grow at a fast pace. People are like, hey, why Delivery Speed? So it's only 2 years. But people don't know, in 2016, the founder slept in her office. In 2019, I won at 1.5, if it is so. All those lessons made sure that we don't repeat them at Delivery Speed. So the first lesson was, focus on your grade. When you're in grade 1, for you to get to grade 2, what must you do? You must learn 1 + 1, da-da-da. When you get to grade 2, what you must do? Focus on the grade 2 work. The problem is that, Reina, you're in grade 5, but you're already thinking about the metric dents. You are thinking about calculus. You're thinking about all these things. And what happens? You end up failing your current grade. And naturally, guys, if you're good at what you're doing at the stage that you are, you'll definitely go to the next grade. So let's stop worrying about metric. So ask yourself this question. And we need to be real with ourselves. Because sometimes we're in denial. I'm big, but you just started the business. Where are you? Which grade are you in? Make sure you get a distinction in that grade. And you'll definitely go to the next grade. No one owes you anything. I think when we start businesses, the moment CIPC, okay, done, logo, done, website, done, now you become entitled. You feel like everybody owes you anything. You hire employees, you feel like they owe you everything. Nobody owes you anything. everything that you get, just be grateful for it. And this is some of the lessons that I've learned. I lose a deal, I'm no longer sad about it because I believe nobody owes me anything. I get a deal, I become so grateful because I could have just lost it. So nobody owes you anything. Someone doesn't respond to your DM, nobody responds to your DM, it's fine. Guys, it's fine. Whether it's Mujolo or it's in business, it's fine. Let's proceed. Because nobody owes you anything. And I think there's this thing of us entrepreneurs where when someone doesn't respond to your DM, or even worse, hi, Bulelani, my name is Godi. I have this great business deal. I'd like to get you to be part of it. Here's my number, here's my email. Do you really think Bulelani, on his busy day, will pick up his phone and call Godi, who's a nobody in his life, to hear what is your business deal? So if you're doing that, please stop. Just work. And lastly, from the lessons that we've learned is they will come to you. Just work. They will come to you. Just work. Now going to the teams. So I have a sad story with the teams because I started my first business when I was 19, and obviously at 19 you're obviously going to hire people that are older than you. So I had a challenge of like, okay, sharp, I'm hiring people that are older than me. My body size, you can see, doesn't even look like a 25-year-old. So imagine at 19 or negele sharp. I really went through a tough time with my teams. And I think at the back of it, it was what I've done for my business. Remember, I'm coming from sleeping at an office, doing all these hard work, the 1.5 passing by my face. And when I look at my team, I'm like, no, man, they're not performing in Batuba, you know? They're not performing like me. And that's the problem. They're not supposed to perform like me because it's not their business. It's your business. You must work the night shift. You must do all these things, not them. Bona, they get their salary, and please make sure it's on time. They get their salary on time, and that's it. They do their work. So the two lessons that I have here about teams come from that experience. It could be different for some other people, but what I've learned in my 7 years being in business is your team, it's your team, not your friends. Entrepreneurship is lonely. I think we all know that. Once you get into business, it really gets lonely, right? And the easiest thing is try to be friends with your team. And I'll tell you the danger of that. I've went through so many, challenges with that, depression, seeing a therapist, because of this very same challenge of I'm friends with my team. And the moment you're friends with your team, now there's expectations. We are friends. Now you can't fire me. Oh, how do you fire me when I'm your friend? You can't give me a warning. Because we are going out, So I've learned that with my team, I love them, no doubt. They're the best. But they're not my friends. And I would advise you guys to try to make sure that you have the strict lines. Like, make sure the line is proper. They know this is your space and this is their space. All they have to do is their work, because that's what we're there for. Because the moment it becomes a friendship, it becomes difficult for you to even manage. You can't even get HR involved because they know how. So just focus on the work. Again, guys, please remember the context. Last point on teams. As an entrepreneur, just lower your expectation. If you have a team, just lower your expectation. Because the higher the expectation, the higher the disappointment. You get someone who's really, really good at their work, make sure that you lower your expectation. If they do the great, that's fine. If they do lower, that's also fine. But when as an entrepreneur, as the business owner, what did you do? You lowered your expectation. Again, guys, context is very important. I went through a tough time with my teams. But now, right? But as an entrepreneur, just to protect yourself, because we're also human beings, we go through a lot of emotions. And if you're hiring people, which I believe all of us are, all you want from your team, let's be honest, guys, all you want from your team is for them to do their work. Just do what the contract says. Everything else is secondary. If you come to work and do what the contract says, as an entrepreneur, I'm happy. If you do anything extra, that's fine. I'll clap hands for you, da-da-da. But just do what the contract says. Because sadly, this might be controversial. Sadly, when you're hiring, and you're a black entrepreneur, and you're hiring other black people, these people believe that they're doing you a favor when they work for you. But when they work for the other race, they are working. But when they're working for you, they're helping you. Even though they're getting paid, they're helping you, they're doing you a favor. So what I've learned with teams is get great teams, pay them what you should, lower your expectation, don't become friends, just do the work. Thank you. Oh, no, sorry, there's the last point. Hey, I almost forgot why I'm here. Is my thing still on? There's the last slide. Thank you, Lizzie. Okay, on the last slide, sorry guys. Godiragetse Speed is also operational in Mankweng, so you can order anything from Paledi Mall and some few merchants that are here. And today, if you order on Godiragetse Speed on our app and you put the promo code TGaspeed, you'll get 25 rands off your order. Thank you.
I'm a guy. I know it's deep, eh? I know your power. Please, let's give him a round of applause. Hey, yo. And he's still 25. I like that TGaspeed. We can do something together. Yo, really, really powerful. My brother, as you, we just want to say thank you so much, man.